internet of value at Ripple, we're thinking much bigger than just cross-border payments. It's kind of like Amazon with rare books in the early days, just this market happens to be a $10 trillion market.
We are at a historic turning point.
Said in the past that you are doing for money what email did for communication.
Moving the whole revolution forward.
Take on it.
There's trillions of dollars parked around the world. XRP.
Is there a possibility that Ripple could take over Swift one day?
Well,
back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of 24-Hour Script. Let's get right into today's video. The last couple episodes that we have published on this channel has been an eye-opener. And in today's video, it's going to put the icing on the cake. I'm going to set the tone right off the bat by a video by Nayib Bukele. He is the president of El Salvador. But just listen to what he says here very carefully, because he is on the money and he is 100% accurate, and I am 100% sure that you guys are all going to agree with exactly what he says here.
When I talk to my conservative friends right here, they always tell me that the problem is high taxes, but they're wrong. Of course, high taxes are extremely high here in the United States. I give you that. You're right in that. But that's not the real problem. The real problem is not the high taxes themselves, but the fact that they are not even really funding the government. But even those high taxes, higher than a lot of places in the world, but even those taxes are really funding the government. So who's financing the government? Government is financed by treasury bonds, paper. And who buys the treasury bonds? Mostly the Fed. And how does the Fed buy them? By printing money. But what backing does the Fed have for that money being printed? The treasury bonds themselves. So basically, you finance the government by printing money out of thin air. Someone could ask, well, so if the government can print unlimited amounts of money out of thin air, why did they collect taxes? I mean, in theory, it would make sense, right? If they can print unlimited amounts of money, why would they need taxes for? The answer is simple, but it's very shocking. The real problem is that you pay high taxes only to uphold the illusion that you are funding the government, which you are not. It's shocking, but it's true. The government is funded by money printing, paper backed with paper, a bubble that will inevitably burst. The situation is even worse than it seems, because if most Americans and the rest of the world were to become aware of this farce, confidence in your currency would be lost, the dollar will fall, and the Western civilization with it. If the next president of the United States doesn't make the necessary policies and structural changes, sooner or later that bubble will burst. There's still time. You don't have to make the same mistakes we did in the 60s and the 70s. You can still jump before the water boils.
Paper backing paper. And remember how we broke down Bretton Woods and how I said how the government, is doing the same thing over again, and that is why they printed trillions of dollars during COVID, because they're going to introduce a new system. Just think about this for a moment, okay? And in the background, I'm going to play you guys the visualization of the rise of the US dollar since the 19th century, okay? This is significant. Just take a look at this. Imagine in a world economy that stops operating Saturdays and Sundays. What is this? I mean, Sundays, what are we, Chick-fil-A? Why does the stock market close on Saturdays and Sundays and even on holidays, right? It logically doesn't make sense. If you're talking about an economy that is freely flowing with money. Transactions are being made 24/7, 7 days a week. Why are we shutting this down? Well, they're doing this because the current system they have in place is not scalable. There's a lot of back work that needs to be done. Okay? And Trump, in my opinion, is going to win. And if he doesn't, I will be extremely shocked and I will be very disappointed. But everything is lining up perfectly. He's going to come back. He's going to make America great again. And I've said this in the past before of why the United States government went after Ripple. Because Ripple and its digital asset XRP puts a huge risk on the US dollar. Okay, because right now the US dollar is the dominant currency, and XRP plays as a bridge currency, a neutral currency amongst other currencies like the Japanese yen, the pound sterling, the Swiss francs. But it gets even better. It also acts as a bridge between tokenized assets and many, many more. But pretty much the moral of this video is we live in an illusion. We were born into a system that, we can't go back to the 19th century and see how it all started. And what Nayib Bukele said was right on the money if you guys want to rewind and watch it again. They all know that, people don't hold crypto. Very small amount of people hold crypto across the world. Just alone in the United States, the Federal Reserve published their research analysis May 2024, and they said that 7% of adults bought or held cryptocurrency as an investment in the prior 12 months. In contrast, 2% of adults said they used cryptocurrency to make a financial transaction, 1% used cryptocurrency to buy something or make a payment, and 1% used it to send money to friends and family. We are so early, and with the events that are taking place right now amongst, world economies and how they're trying to create a blockchain infrastructure to connect everybody, all the 200 economies together.
The of economies actually connect more than 200 countries, and particularly their payments and securities infrastructures with each other.
The ability to enhance each other's understanding, the ability to connect the diverse economies, 200 or so countries in the world, and make sure the payment system works.
And then we're creating a level playing field.
And have them operate 24/7 days a week, right? Nonstop. This is a big deal. And the ones that understand where things are headed, you guys are going to be rewarded very, very handsomely. Again, it's an illusion. It is an illusion, and it is very, very sad. This bubble, it's the longest lasting bubble when it comes to a currency. And the only reason why it's lasted this long is because they were printing money out of thin air and lying to the public, or the public just didn't understand.
We did.
Where does it come from? Do you just print it?
We print it digitally. So we as a central bank, we have the ability to create money digitally. And we do that by buying treasury bills or bonds or other government guaranteed securities. And that actually increases the money supply. We also print actual currency, and we distribute that through the Federal Reserve banks.
And the breaking point was COVID-19, and thank God for that to happen. A lot of people really saw the bad side of things. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate every single one of you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And this week, Ripple is going to announce the name of their stablecoin. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. It's going to be called. Remember, they filed the trademarks back on May 7th of 2024. They filed it under Ripple USD, and they also put it under RLUSD, so I'm assuming Ripple Labs USD. But things are about to heat up. Ripple stablecoin is only going to drive more utility and traffic to its digital asset XRP. Things are about to get crazy. There is nothing for you to worry about. All I can say right now, the only thing that every single one of you guys should be worried about is your health, and that's it. That is it. Make sure you guys are getting your steps in. Make sure you guys are going to the gym. Make sure you guys are eating healthy. Stop eating bad. Stop consuming the junk that's outside. Because with wealth, you know, health is wealth. If you could have hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars once this whole crypto ecosystem blows up. But if you're, you know, having health problems because you just chose to, you know, not take care of your body, it's not going to be fun. And I want every single one of you guys to just please remain healthy, stay fit, get your steps in, so we can all enjoy the wealth when it comes. Because we are so early, and I will be very, very disappointed if anything were to happen to long holders of XRP.
We started building RippleNet with the thesis that crypto liquidity would eventually be able to support robust global payments, large payments. RippleNet was designed so that customers seeing the benefits of our fiat-based network could flip the switch to ODL once the market was mature enough. And this is exactly what's happening. Flip the switch.
I think what we're building has, you know, it's solving a real problem. And I think all of the tokens, my advice to anybody would be, understand the utility. If there's real utility and there's real value being delivered to a real customer, there will be value in the token.